The undefeated warrior, the terror of the infidels, the man who conquered more lands for Islam than any other general, one of the most important figures in Islamic history, Sayyidina Khalid ibn al-Walid. May Allah be pleased with him, also known as the Sword of Allah. The year is 633 AD. The place, the Syrian desert. A force of around 800 Muslims under the command of Umar ibn al-As clashes with an imperial Roman army numbering some 40,000 men. Despite being vastly outnumbered, the Muslims are confident in their cause. Allah had sent them a messenger, Muhammad, peace be upon him, to deliver a message of Islam and its teachings of peace and submission to the will of God. And they are prepared to sacrifice everything for the sake of this message. They stand firm against the attacks of the Roman army, repelling them at every turn. But soon the tide of the battle begins to turn. The Muslim ranks become thinner as their water supply runs out in the scorching desert heat. Just when it seems like all hope is lost, a lone warrior rides out from the safety of the Muslim camp, racing across the desert on the back of his horse. He fights with the strength of 100 men, breaking through the enemy lines and slaying all who stand in his way. His name is Khalid ibn al-Walid. With the arrival of reinforcements, the Muslims are able to turn the battle around and achieve a decisive victory over the Roman army. Fast forward to 636 AD. Once again, Khalid ibn al-Walid finds himself in the thick of battle, but this time the stakes are even higher. The Muslim army led by General Umar ibn al faces off against the Byzantine Emperor's elite soldiers near the Syrian city of Yarmouk. The fate of the region hangs in the balance as both sides vie for control. Against all odds, the Muslims prevail, thanks in no small part to Khalid's brilliant military tactics and unwavering determination. This victory not only secures Muslim control of Syria, but also paves the way for further conquests. From the deserts of Arabia to the fertile lands of Syria, Iraq, and Persia, Khalid ibn al-Walid's military brilliance helped conquer vast territories that would become part of the Islamic world. But his story doesn't end there. As the Muslim armies advanced further into the heart of the Byzantine and Sassanid empires, Khalid found himself leading armies against the Persians in northern Iraq and the Kufr in the Levant. He continued to display the same tactical genius and bravery that had made him famous, winning battles that seemed all but impossible. Yet despite his many victories, Khalid was not without his critics. When he employed guerrilla tactics against the Persians, some accused him of acting like a bandit. And when he negotiated peace deals with the Kufr, he was charged with treachery. But Khalid remained undeterred, focusing on the ultimate goal of spreading the message of Islam. However, after years of campaigning, Khalid began to feel the weight of his many battles. In 642, he was appointed governor of Syria and spent his remaining days there in relative peace. It was during this time that he was visited by a former Christian monk named Sophronius. Sophronius had been won over to Islam by Khalid's brother, Khalid ibn al-Walid, and now sought to convert the great general himself. After a lengthy discussion, Khalid embraced Islam and became one of the first prominent figures to do so from a non-Arab background. He died in 642, never having tasted defeat in battle and having won more victories for Islam than any other general. At the time, when his body was brought back to Medina for burial, the Muslims came out en masse to pay their respects to the great Sword of Allah. As the funeral procession made its way through the city, they carried his coffin on the shoulders of 60 elephants, a testament to the respect and admiration they had for him. Today, Khalid ibn al-Walid is remembered as one of the greatest Muslim conquerors of all time. His military campaigns helped spread Islam throughout the Middle East and North Africa, and his legacy continues to inspire Muslims. A writer and researcher once said, I sought martyrdom in every battle, but here I die in bed. This saying reflects the humility of the great warrior who, despite his many accomplishments, remained aware of his own shortcomings and sought to live a life of service to Allah. May Allah have mercy on him and grant us all the strength to follow in his footsteps.